Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, here to do your, I'm all over the place, I'm trying to pack house and whatever else, to do your What's Cracking reading a little bit later this morning because I sort of got up and got sidetracked, but never mind, here I am. It's Boxing Day here in Australia, which of course is the 26th of December. And I really have nothing else to offer today. I could talk to you about a million and one things. Five of Pentacles coming out there. And I really do need to get on board and talk about some of the things that people keep asking me questions about. But we'll try and do that going into the new year. But for the moment, I need to see what's going on in the world today. Well, I'm using the Good Tarot here. Alrighty, I have the Ten of Swords coming out here. Nice card. Ten of Swords, it generally denotes that you're coming to the close of a cycle. In the traditional tarot, of course, we see someone with 10 swords in their back, a lot of blood and stuff. And it sort of talks about negative thinking, can be betrayal, because the swords can be seen as, you know, someone else putting the swords in your back or you putting the swords in your back yourself. Whichever way it goes, it is the end of a cycle. So something is coming to a close. I do have the Seven of Pentacles here. So I think that many of you have been sort of thinking about how you want to move forward in your life. And a lot of you just been waiting for this end of this cycle to come around. I feel that you're feeling it here. And you're trying to manifest a new energy here. So I have the King of Wands here. So for some of you, this ending could be around someone who could be a fire sign, Leo, Sag or Aries. It could mean that you're trying to end something to bring someone into your life, or end something with someone who is a King of Wands energy. We do have transformation coming in here. So transformation is the card of death. This is about changing something in your life here, and now this is very clear to me. So some of you are transforming some sort of relationship with someone, and ending out a cycle. Now for some of you this could be transforming from a relationship into single life. For others of you this could be transforming a relationship from single life into a relationship. But for others of you, this is reconciling with someone, and it's not reconciling necessarily in a love relationship. This could be reconciling with someone because you've closed out some sort of cycle here. So let's keep going. Okay, so I have the Three of Wands coming out. Now, Three of Wands is a card of looking towards the future, waiting for your ships to come in. And we know with the Seven of Pentacles, you've been doing a lot of thinking about how you want your life to move forward, and now you're waiting for the results of that. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming in. Now, being this is a general reading, this could represent you if you're a Capricorn, Taurus or Virgo, but it could mean that you're feeling very grounded, very down to earth. Maybe for some of you, you're ready for the next step in a relationship, and that's maybe what you're trying to transform here. Yeah, because we have the Two of Cups here, the two of Fish. So this is a soulmate relationship. So something's going on here. I'll just move those out of the way. And then we have the Page of Swords. Okay. I feel like for some of you here, there's moving to a different stage in a relationship. Now, as I said, this doesn't necessarily have to be love. It can be a relationship with a family member or a friend. But there's something you're trying to change here for the better. I do feel like there's some sort of conversation or some sort of communication that needs to take place for this to move to the next level. I feel that you've been manifesting this for a while, or you knew it was going to happen. Perhaps that's more to the effect of it. So it's like you're trying to get yourself in a place where you feel really grounded, either to approach a person for a conversation or to raise something in a relationship that needs to be talked about. Okay, so the Six of Cups is here. So this could very much be somebody from your past. The Six of Cups talks about nostalgia, remembering, going back to the past. Sometimes it talks about things coming round again. With the end of that cycle, it could be that you're bringing something back from the past to deal with something that wasn't dealt with previously. And then we have the Messenger of Wands. So something you feel very passionate about. Something that there's a great deal of passion here, a great deal of feelings, something that needs to be brought out into the open. We do have the Six of Wands, which of course talks about a victory. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Wands. So something is moving quickly, something is happening very quickly here. Someone's got the strength together here to make something happen. And then we have the Five of Cups. So someone feels very sad and affected by the past. They want to talk about this now to try and resolve something, to transform some sort of relationship into something that it hasn't been. So if you've been not talking to someone, had a fallout with someone, had a situation where perhaps there's been no communication, you've got somebody coming forward with a great deal of passion here who wants to sort this thing out, move it forward by having a very frank and honest conversation with you. Okay, so we have you finishing out a cycle. We have you manifesting something here. So like I said, I feel like you knew this was coming. Something to do with the King of Wands here and something to do with transformation. I'm going to sneak a peek. Three of Swords behind that. Some sort of hurt and pain in the past that needs to be resolved. So what we have here is very fast movement. Big change coming through. Something changing from the situation it was in before to what it's going to be going forward. Somebody wants to resolve something. I feel like somebody, perhaps yourself or the person that you've sort of come apart from, is trying to bring this back together. Somebody in this equation has been very hurt by what happened and they're trying to resolve an issue here. And it's about something from the past that happened that was never resolved. So I feel that this person has been perhaps keeping an eye on you or watching what's been going on, maybe monitoring things along the way, but hasn't really felt the time was right to confront something here. It seems to me that whoever this is now has got some sort of, it's like they've gathered enough strength to come forward and say something now. So there's been a lot of healing here. And somebody is ready to talk about what happened now. They want to resolve what happened in the past. Very straightforward reading. I like it when they're really straightforward like that. But then I think I like the really... Oh, we got two cards that want to come out here. I love the readings that are really intense. They're still my favourite. Okay, so we have two cards here. And I want to say to you, the first card is Breathe. Now, a lot of people don't realise how important breathing is. We think it's just the thing that keeps us alive, right? And there's just so much more to breathing than that. We probably aren't taught in a lot of cases how to breathe properly. If you practice yoga, meditation, mindfulness, and probably with sport as well, you're taught to breathe into the diaphragm, not into the chest, because the chest creates a feeling of panic. And a lot of us get into that higher breathing because we go into stress mode, and that sort of creates the energy of having to breathe higher. And there's a physiological process to it, but what we do is we breathe higher, and because of that we get anxious, stressed. So what they're asking you here to do is to make sure you stop and you are breathing properly. That means becoming grounded, bringing your mind back to where it needs. Because when we breathe, it's such a complicated thing really, but when we breathe in the higher lungs or high up or shallow breathe, we create a feeling of panic which makes us feel stressed and anxious. And I think with this particular situation that you need to be conscious of breathing properly if you're going to become upset or if this is going to be a big impact on you. The other card we have here is Come to the Edge, and Come to the Edge is a card that talks about taking risks and moving to the edge of the cliff to take a leap of faith. I'm going to read a little bit of that for you. It's talking courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear and accepting risk. Facing the unknown is the only choice you have right now if you want to progress. It's okay to be afraid. Now is the time to take the risk that is not calculated, to feel the exhilaration as you ready yourself for a leap of faith. Spirit is present, so let go of fear. You are called to express your true self. Listen to your heart and soul, not your head, and obviously breathe. Come to the edge and discover that you can fly. You must step into the unfamiliar so that you might find your miracles. So very much in line with the reading. Have a wonderful day, everyone.